Hi, my name is Matt, and I was asked to make a Goomba, so I'm gonna make a Goomba. So, to start, I get all of the colors that I think I'm gonna need, adding more colors if I need to. First, I make the head brown, then I make the underside of the Goomba, then I make his shoes, and after that, I make his soles, or the bottom of his shoes. Then, what I start to do is I start to shape out the head in that iconic Goomba mushroomy shape. Now, this shape, it's a very complicated shape if you break it down. It's like a cone with a bunch of circles. Next, make a half circle out of the tan and put it on the bottom. It's not that hard. So, now that you have the mushroom, you make it into a Goomba by adding shoes. Now, once you have the shoes made, you just position them however you like. You can make the Goomba standing, walking. Since I was going based off the amiibo, I just mirrored what that was. And then you just add the soles of the shoe, which for the Goomba are flat. So, now that is that, then I can make all of the hardened bits, like the teeth and the eyes. So, once those are done and baked, in order to give them stability so that I can push them into the head, I start by putting the eyes into place so that I can get an idea of where everything else in the head would go. So, once the eyes are put in place, I make the mouth by carving into the head. And then once I have the carving all set up, I put the teeth in too. How I put the teeth in, I poke a little to have a little area out, and then I just stab the tooth in there. So, now that is done, now that I'm getting the teeth all stabbed in there, I can say that I'm done with the mouth and work on to the next step. So, the next step for this would be the little hump in the center of his eyebrows. The little bump, the thingy. And, of course, if I'm going to make that, I'm also going to need to make his eyebrows. So, in order to make his eyebrows, I make a worm. This worm goes into two separate segments, and these two equally sized segments are squished and shaped in similar ways to each other in order to get that iconic Goomba eyebrow shape. And then, once you have those eyebrows done in there and fitted properly, there's only one more thing needed to do. The eyes. You need to give this thing a soul. This soulless thing is given soul through the eyes. And then you just put the legs back on. Now that is finished, all that's left to do is bake it, and then we can go on to the glamour. Shoot, I stole that. This project and last week's projects are just easier projects to get me back and ready to make the more difficult ones. Next up, I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, but whatever it is, it's probably also not going to take me too long.